Good morning. All right, let's smoke something. I'm going to go live on Facebook right now. Facebook and YouTube live at the same time. Good morning, good morning. So we are now live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So if you have not got a chance to follow my Facebook channel, it's Robert Dabber Clark, just like my YouTube channel. And also you can find it under Dabber Cloth. So good morning, YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you're watching, text something in the chat down below. It shows one's watching. Good morning. Good morning, Megan. All right, let's get something twisted. I'm doing good this morning. Got up a little early. Went on for a second. What up, Robert? Tian, good morning. How come I can never be a guest? Because you never want to be a guest. You never ever want to be a guest.
Whoa, it worked. I just can't add it. How are you?
Good morning. So we have
I have my joint. On.
All right, so we're also on. If you're on YouTube and you're watching this, and you'd like to check me out on Facebook, I'm on the page Robert Dabber Clark. We have Megan live with us right now. We got Larry, Donna, Danny, Christopher, Colleen. If you'd like a shout out on YouTube, comment in below. I'll shout your name out as well. We got some YouTube watchers. We're doing
pocket here up in Maine. We broke the Arctic barrier, I believe, today.
What's that?
Swear to God. It's been below zero for a couple weeks. We had like 2 days at 20. It's 12 degrees. It feels like spring.
Oh wow. It's been a warm winter for us in Arizona. Ain't that right, Tian? Like usually I'd be frosted windows. I'd have to put on some hot water on my windows and shit, you know. But I haven't had to do that today or lately at all this year so far.
Right. Well, my pipes froze and it took never had to do it all by myself, and then I was just out. I've been out for a couple weeks, letting the water drain. I'm guessing this is on like my regular.
Well, I am public, so if you went on, it would go across your regular people's.
Hey, I'm Dabber Cloth. I just mashed your two names together.
Hey, that's how it was born. So you're right on track right there. Whoa, high in the 70s, yeah. We're all in the 70s weather.
High in the 70s. But it's like a dry heat down there, right?
Yeah, but the best way to describe the heat, okay, even a dry heat, have you ever opened up the oven to take a look, check on the turkey, and you rushed your face in a little too quick and the heat pushed you back? That's how it is in the summer when you open your door to go outside. But you got to walk into it. You can't pull yourself away from it.
Right. I saw someone had put up a map. There's a map where you can travel around the United States in 70-degree weather.
Oh, wow.
That sounds like a map I should follow.
Wow. Massive
I
shout.
like the 60s, honestly.
Massive shout out to John Young checking me out on YouTube. What up, bro? My one and only YouTuber right this minute.
It's my first time on YouTube, and my first time not on Dabs for Life or Dab Shack Live or Burning Up the Nation.
Oh, okay. Well, but this show itself on the Facebook isn't on YouTube. YouTube is being recorded through my computer, so they don't actually see you guys. I wish they could see you in the comments. That would be cool.
Oh, that would be cool.
Mad love and respect back at you, John.
So your album that came out, is that you? Is it you on your album?
So,
I came in late. It was like we had a freeze up here. We couldn't really get the whole story.
all right, so here's the story. So my friend Arizona Lee, he's actually like related because his cousin married my sister, so we're through marriage we're related, like, right? And so me and him have been friends for a greater part of 15 years, and over that time he's released an album, a CD every, like once or twice a year, a couple times a year he's releasing a CD, right? And every CD he's released, I've always dug like one or two tracks on them. The rest, it take time to get, like, how all CDs are kind of like that, right? You know what I mean? And
yeah.
so I was like, 3 years ago when I started Dabbercloth, I was like, bro, you should make a dab song, bro, and like throw Dabbercloth in there, And so then he came up with the Dabbercloth song, Dab Out, Go Hard and Dab Out. And so I told him, hey man, I'll build you a website, I'll get behind you, I'll help support it and everything, but you got to let me pick like the best tracks out of all your shit to put together an album. And I'll help support that. We'll get that motherfucker on iTunes. We'll get a website up. We'll get everything. And so far, we've done everything that I said I was going to do. The only thing left to do is build a website for him. And, it takes a little bit of time, but we'll get it done. Right? And so that's the history behind that. It's his art, right? But Dabbercloth theme song is up in the CD. And then these are what I would consider Dabber's picks. So that's why it's like my CD kind of in the aspect that these are my choices. These are the
Dabber's choice.
Right. Dabber picks, right? Dabber's choice tracks.
Dabber's choice.
Jody, massive shout out to you. Gavin, good morning. So,
Gavin, how is everybody today?
So I'm glad you asked that question because I'm sure you're not the only one that's felt that way, like didn't know or whatever, kind of wanted a recap on it or whatever, right? Yeah.
Sometimes I don't have the time to chime into every live. I always feel bummed out when I miss it.
Heck, I go
in a different time zone.
Right? Heck, I go live, and then after I go live, I try to get off. And so there's been people that watch my live and then do their own lives, and then I'm not on their lives, and so then they get butt hurt because fuck it, they're on mine and I'm not on theirs. I'm like, dude, if I happen to be on and I see the shit, I'm gonna check it out, but. I don't go out of my way to do it just because I'm so busy doing so much other bullshit at times,
Right. My schedule on here is usually go permitting.
Nice.
I can sometimes watch while I go, but sometimes I can't. How you doing, John? Yeah, fellow mate, I hope you're warm today. I feel like it's warmed up quite a bit.
Hell yeah.
Keith? We already said hi to Gavin.
Yes, Keith hooked me up with this.
I love that shirt.
Yeah, Keith hooked me up with this badass dabber lighter. He got it monogrammed for me.
Oh, nice.
All right, and sent it to me for Christmas. It was nice. He sent me 2 lighters, but they don't want you mailing lighters through the mail. And one was like a plastic one, and they felt like, oh, they might get pissed about this one. So they left this one and took the other one out of his package. I was like, those motherfuckers.
Morning, Carrie. This is Robert Dabbercloth. I keep matching names. I made a salad today, and I've been having a hard time.
Hey, so you can call me you can call me Dabbercloth, or you can call me Dabber Clark. Either one is fine by me.
information. She comes on all my lives. She's a great girl.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, is it Haiti?
Oh, Carrie, I was talking about. I don't know who Haiti is, but how you doing, Haiti?
Old girl, pull one out. Massive shout out to Haiti and Carrie and Jody. Yes, I was fucking stressing this weekend, man. I hate when I run out of weed. And I know my money's tight. Oh my God, I start becoming like a fucking asshole. I like gotta go hide somewhere until I find weed.
Hasn't happened to me in a while.
Yeah, that must be nice.
It was scary. My parents do an emergency, like run.
Your parents.
But I grew sweated. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
But your parents smoke?
For medicine.
Yeah, I don't care what.
My dad does for medicine, and my mom has a hard time eating, so.
Yeah, which
try to make edibles for pain and for appetite.
Hey, when
like stoners.
Hey, when I grew up, my parents smoked. But I used to be against cannabis. When, if you could ever imagine that, with Dabber. I was like, why are you guys doing that? If you didn't waste all your money on weed, you'd have money for brand new shoes for me. Like, I would say shit like that.
Learning how to grow my own was the best thing ever happened to me. But 25 years, wonderful relationship.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What's your mug say?
It's just like I don't know. It was probably from a yard sale. But I'm trying coffee with coconut milk for the first time. I don't think it's that bad.
Hey, you know what I thought? You know what I thought was going to be this? You know what I thought was going to be disgusting, and I tried it, and it wasn't bad at all. And that was coffee with some butter in it.
Oh, I do it all the time.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
It's delicious. If you put medicated butter in it, like at night with cocoa, on a cold night with cocoa, say you pull your back out shoveling.
Yeah.
Now that, nice.
Yeah. Oh.
Coffee in the morning, cocoa at night.
Oh my God, I agree. That coffee with the fucking with the medicated butter in there, in my experience is I get my caffeine buzz, but you know how have you ever done like coffee where it leaves you a little jittery? You know what I mean? Well, with that butter in there, fuck.
There's out the flavor. It's just like
it does. It tames down that bitterness of the coffee, and it also fucking there's no jitters. It's actually a nice smooth cup of coffee. It's like a high-low ball in the aspect that levels you out. You know what I mean? Like it really is good, man. Almond vanilla milk is good. Oh wow.
I got confused going to buy the almond milk because I've been drinking the goat milk from my goats. I got the goats. But
nice, John.
I had to dry them out like a month early. So I've been defrosting frozen milk, but I had to buy almond milk for.
Hey, you know what I want to do is I saw someone make some coconut oil from scratch from raw coconuts, and I saw it, and it's so simple. I want to so do it. You take the coconuts, crack it, you drain the milk out into a container, and then you take and you split the coconut and you chuck out all the coconut out of it, right? You put the coconut and the coconut milk in a blender and just blend the fuck out of it. Put a little hot water, like real hot water, like 8 ounces of hot water in there, and that hot water will help to liquefy the coconut oil.
And then let it just set, and it'll separate in the different levels of the sediment, the water, and the oils on top.
Well, what they did is they strained the pulp first. They drained the pulp, strained the pulp, right, and squeezed the pulp. And then and they did it with made it was warm and squeezed it. And then the liquids in that thing, they put that in the refrigerator. And then when they came back, it separated. You know, you had the fluids and the coconut oil had heart. And so they just poked it, drained the fluid out. And it was all.
Challenge.
Yeah. And
I will so try that.
Oh yeah, and it's raw, organic, extra virgin coconut oil, non-processed. Like that's like the fucking. I so want to make some of it, like, and then medicate it.
Right, do the challenge and then up the challenge.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet you. I'm willing to bet you. You can take a bunch of trim and throw it in with the coconut chunks and water, and during the grinding part, and kind of fucking blend the THC in that part when you're straining it. You know, medicate the oil.
Yeah, but I don't believe if you were looking for just something that was like good for your stomach gut, like bacteria and yeast and stuff, then you would do it raw. You would get the THCA. But if you want something psychoactive, you'd have to decarboxylate it first.
Well,
right?
Yeah, I would definitely.
Like two different things you'd go for, right?
Right. Depending on your objective, but I would definitely want to get high, so I would fucking THC. I would psychoactivate the hell out of it.
Decarboxylate it first.
Yeah. So for those that don't know what decarboxylizing means, it's THC doesn't just come on the plant. It actually comes in the form of THCA, and THCA is an amino acid. And what the difference is between the THC and THCA is the fact that it has an oxygen molecule. And that oxygen molecule has to get basically vaped off of it through the curing.
Bond has to be broken with temperature.
Yeah, through you can cure it long enough to decarboxylize it. Through heat, you can decarboxylize it. There's a couple different ways. But the moral of the story is once it's decarboxylized, what you've done is release the oxygen molecule from the THCA, and it now becomes THC, and it becomes psychoactive, and you're like, yeah, baby.
Bioavailable in a different way. I talk about it.
Absolutely.
With my people.
Absolutely.
I tried edibles with lecithin. Here's a question for you. I have a friend. I make edibles for other people more than myself. I don't really take them very often, except for pain. But I have one friend that every time I make him, he doesn't get a buzz from it. So I got the lecithin and I made butter did it a couple different ways, and he's still not affected by any edible.
He smokes weed, right?
Yeah. But so does everybody else.
I'm not saying that. The reason why I said that is someone that smokes weed and hasn't had edibles in the very beginning, oftentimes they'd be smoking so much and they get the edibles. And what's your base in that, coconut oil or butter?
I had edibles with both.
Well,
I made two different kinds. One was made with infused coconut oil, and one was with butter and lecithin was involved.
Okay, and he's had both? Okay. Well, I know, the only reason why I asked about the coconut oil, because I know when you eat a coconut oil edible, the fucking transition is just so smooth. It's such a nice, smooth ride that you find yourself getting tired and you don't even know that you just think that it's the end of your day feeling, and really you're fucking getting fucked up on that fucking edible. Like, and the best way to know... the best way to know, and this is what I would tell him, take another edible, all right, and tell him, does he marry? Does he have a girl? Does anyone in his life?
Yes, he's married. One of them might be watching. I know Katie was watching, but
okay.
Jenny, Lynn, and Corey, I go live with Corey all the time.
Okay, all right, so...
He's the one that...
So then what you have to do is get Corey a nice dosed edible, let him eat it, and then right after he goes to sleep, about an hour and a half after he falls asleep on that, wake his ass up and then tell him to walk across the room and tell him if he feels it. Because, like, that's when you're in your deepest part. Like, after about an hour that you've passed out, man, I woke up one time and tried to go to the bathroom. I was, like, stumbling damn near. I was fucked up. Like, that's when you know that you're on it. Like...
That's when I wake up and try and make it to the kitchen for munchies.
Right. So that's how you know.
Scary.
Most of the times that's... and the other thing is, some people have higher tolerances of their chemical makeup. Like my wife and I, between me and my wife, I smoke way more flower than she does. To give you an idea, like I can get an ounce and a half, give her an eighth, and by the time that I finish my ounce and a half, I'm still stealing a little bit of her eighth. That's how much she smokes compared to me. Okay? And yet, I'll give her an edible and she barely feels it. And me, I'm like slurring. I'm like fucked up. And I have way more tolerance than her.
Oh, Jimmy Mix, we're not related. This is Robert Dabber Cloth.
Oh, what? Hey,
down
Jimmy.
in Arizona.
Hey, Jimmy.
Part of the movement.
We're all related. You too. Shit, we're related through.
We're all a part of a family. And this Brett next edition, I went live with him yesterday. Yeah, we were just talking about how Corey doesn't feel edibles. Brett came into our family, our group the other day. He's been meeting, talking with everybody.
Who else is on YouTube watching me right now? If you're there, comment. Welcome. I know John's on YouTube. Good morning, John. You
I made him, Jimmy.
You get.
We don't buy that stuff around here. Make it from scratch.
Hell yeah.
Make everything from scratch. I even make my cheese and my yogurt from scratch. I've made butter from scratch, but it's awfully strong.
I know a guy that used to say hash doesn't get me high. He used to say
it's a different feeling.
He used to say hash doesn't get me high. And I'm like, dude, you go to sleep right after every fucking time. What do you mean you don't? I've been around him like 4 fucking times that he's done hash, and he goes, I don't know, I'm like already high off of weed. I don't really feel like the hash gets me high. So then we broke out with hash only. He had no weed that day, and we fucking put him down, slept him, and then after that he's like, man, that shit was great.
It's just different. I love.
Philly, good morning.
Like at the end of the day, and like melting your couch with a cup of tea.
Jerry, I tried to
Hi, Philly. How are you today?
Jerry, I tried to comment, and it said, learn why you can't comment. And I was like, oh, okay. Didn't know what was up with that. Well, I hope you're back.
Sometimes I think if you're on a computer.
No, I was on my desk. I was on my.
Oh, you.
Good morning, Philly. And I'm not saying to the state. I'm saying to Philly. Up in the room. Up in the show. So So you guys are actually, everyone here this morning is actually, sharing my first YouTube, Facebook double broadcast. So massive shout out to you guys.
And I'm sharing it with my friends list. People that have never seen that I went live before. I go live, and I go live. Dabber Clark here. Go live on Burning Up the Nation.
And I make clothing, and I'm an artist and web designer is who I am. Dabbercloth.com. Sorry, it's all backwards, but that's how the camera is. Boom.
Oh, I can't find all my little things.
Oh, whoop.
Oh, I'm with you there, though.
There you go. See, she knows what's up. Look, Dabber's up in the house. Dabber's up in the house.
Oh, everybody was so jealous. I never told everybody that I, went live with you guys.
Nice.
That's my favorite one.
Hey, I got.
Fucking Dab.
Hey, we got that shirt. All those stickers come in a shirt. All those stickers come in a shirt.
What's funny is I got a keychain, and I didn't have a keychain, and I lost my keys, and I had locked my goats in the shed, lost my keys, and I was like, if I just had a freaking keychain. And then that next day or 2 days later with the t-shirt, I was like, like it made it so much funnier. And I got the keychain. Now I get the keys again.
Oh, hey, can somebody type Dabbercloth? Dabbercloth.com with the coupon code. That's for Philly. I'll pin it down below. I'll pin your comment.
Can I do it? Or do someone else have to do it?
No, I believe you can too. I believe you can. Jerry's like, I want a shirt so bad.
And what's the code?
Dabbercloth.com space coupon code space free space 10.
Wait, hold on. Space coupon code.
Yeah, space FREE space TEN. FREE free space not 10 but TEN.
I think it must be a slight delay. I got Dabbercloth space coupon space code space free
10 TEN. But at the end of Dabbercloth, you should have .com.
I do.
Okay, good.
Free 10?
Free 10. That'll knock $10 off on your guys' order.
All right. Hey, Kristen, how are you today?
Coupon code. Yeah, perfect. Just like that. Pin that comment. Bam! We got it together. Nice. Thank you, Megan. So I'm gonna try better. I'm gonna try more to bring people onto the show. But in order to get on the show, you have to have been on the show several times. You can't just come in a first time and pop on. I mean, not saying that I won't bring you on, but you'll have a lot less chance because I don't know who the hell you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been part of.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying. I'm not saying you. I'm saying people that come on. Like when you asked, I was like, oh hell yeah, she's been around. Let's throw her on in here. Come on up. I used to own a moving company called the Price is Right Movers. You're the next contestant on the Price is Right. Good morning, Ashley. All right, Jimmy. You have a great day. Be safe out there.
Bye, Jimmy. He's in Salem. I bet they're all flooded and frozen. Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, wow. I used to live in Plymouth.
Bye, Jimmy. I forgot to ask. I hope everybody's all right out there. That city's below water level.
Yeah, I met my wife in Plymouth. So she has a sister out there in Massachusetts.
I'm from Cape Ann. I guess the island almost got taken away by the sea.
Wow. Hey, you know how the Pilgrims did so good when they first came, and the reason why they did so good is right in Plymouth, Massachusetts. There is literally 365 lakes and ponds in fucking Plymouth. That's like, so they could fish freshwater fish like so easy. You know what I mean? That's one thing.
I've been to Plymouth. I never been like around the lakes and stuff. I mean, when you grow up in Massachusetts, you learn all about that over and over and over again. Right. It's shoved down your throat 1,000 times.
Well, I was from Arizona. I came from Arizona, and the fishing in Arizona sucks. So when I was in Massachusetts and I was like, oh, I want to go fishing, I learned out. Oh, I was like, wow, there's 365 lakes and ponds. Like, literally, I could be at fishing at one. If it sucked, I could get in my car and within 5 minutes be at another one and be like, oh, I'm catching. Oh, it was so great. I loved it.
Oh, you could do, like, all New England. I haven't done a lot up here since I've moved up here, but I have my lifetime license up here.
I've never went ocean fishing.
I've only I've gone deep sea fishing in the middle of the winter a couple times.
Oh, my God.
Like on the big boats. Or when I got married, I went on my honeymoon well, that wasn't in the winter, but that's what I did. Is deep sea fishing.
Oh, wow.
That's what I did.
I heard that getting your sea legs, some people get sick out there for their first time out there.
I get seasick, but if you take a boat soda, it helps.
A boat what?
I guess, I don't know, they're called boat soda, but like I guess I get seasick, like when I was a kid and we'd go on whale watches all the time in our school, and I'd get seasick.
Wow.
When you get old, once you get 21, you can figure out how to make it.
How to make it? I've never been out there, so I don't know if I would get seasick or not, but I would think that I would because I just watch a video game like where they're moving enough, and I get vertigo just watching someone else play. I start getting nauseous. I'm like, oh, I can't even watch you play. Like, and yet I don't know how they run around and play that game without throwing the fuck up. I would be like on my third level, like I would never be able to be an I would never be able to be an astronaut. They start spinning me around. I'm fucking choking on my own vomit.
You know? Billy, I've never gone fly fishing. My father goes fly fishing. My father says,
I've never done it
the
either.
person that teaches you how to fly fish is very brave. That's what my father says.
That one, they use like a light fly fit and a light string, so it lands right on top of the water, right? And then they kind of just cast it and pull it. Like
there's like a feel with it, and I've seen my dad do it and like practice with it. He's made the ties, and it's like an art or something.
Yeah.
I've never done it. But you swing that around.
Hey, the one thing I love about
you could probably take someone's eye out.
Right? You know, the one thing I love about fishing is going out there and catching a buzz. That's what I want to catch more than anything. I want to catch a buzz in nature and just be out there silently, like.
It's part of the whole thing. It's like a ritual. I like just getting away. It's quiet. I mean, if you can get away from people and do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's good if you catch a fish or if you don't. But you gotta have a goddamn camera, because if you get a big one, no one's gonna believe you.
Right.
No one's gonna believe you.
Yeah, it was during the time that there was no cell phones when I was out there at the time. So there was no camera phones, there was none of that shit, right? So I was just happy to go out fishing. I remember one time my wife took it and we stopped and get some shiners, and she had somewhere to go, and she was going to steal the car for the next 5 hours, and I was going to be fishing by myself stuck there, right? So I'm like, I don't care, just drop me off. So I got some shiners and sat down and set up, and she goes to give me a kiss, and I had thrown my pole in the water. And next thing you know, boom, I caught a fish right away. And then before my wife even got a chance to leave, I released that one and caught another one. And she's like, oh, looks like you're going to have fun. And I'm like, well, it looks like I'm going to run out of bait here. I'm like, will you please go get me some more bait? And she's like, okay. So she went and got bait. And by the time she came back, I had already caught and went through all that bait. And I needed new again. So I was asking her if she'd go again. She's like, fuck you, I'm leaving.
That's what I call action fishing. You know, I have a picture. It's the biggest freshwater fish I ever caught. And, it was a little vernal pond behind a cemetery in Concord, Mass.
Nice.
And I had a little four-wheel drive truck, and I drive out there every day.
Hello, Daryl.
And you couldn't even sit down, and you were reeling one in.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then I kept losing this big one, and I chased it for like 2.5 days. I called my daddy. I'm like, Dad, I can't get this one. Why? He keeps, nibbling on my knee. He goes, bigger fish, bigger bait. The next day I got it, and it's right close, and the line broke. And I jumped in the water and grabbed. There's no way I'm getting a picture of this. I've been chasing this guy all week. I need a picture, and I got a picture. But man, that was fun to be able to. Now I miss that place. You couldn't even drink a beer without releasing 3 or 4 fish. You'd be like, I'll take a break from fishing for a minute.
You have to take a break from fishing to do some shit, because the shit's happening too quick over there. You know what I mean?
Right.
That shit's happening. I one time had a small little fucking shiner. Like, they give me a bunch of different medium sizes, right? And there was one that was way small. And I was like, fuck, I put that thing out there, and just a little bigger fish than him caught it, which was bigger than my shiners. My shiners were like maybe the size of my finger, and a fish like that big got it opposed to my finger. And so now I had this big one on there, and it was on the hook, so I pulled it off, and I put it behind it and threw that big one out there. And man, I caught a big one onto that one. So yeah, that's where I learned, the bigger the shiner, the bigger the fish that bite it.
I was weird about the shiners. I only fished with them a couple times.
Yeah, I never fished with the
I like worms. I like worms in a bobber. I find it relaxing. I started using lures. I mean, and
You know,
ocean.
I never.
Like charm or allure.
I've never fished with a shiner in my life until I went to Massachusetts, and I was trying to get worms, and they're like, "Oh, get these shiners." And man, you put them right behind the back fin, the back.
Sound like that, but it's funny.
You put it right behind the back fin of that shiner. You throw it out there, and that thing's swimming. There's times that you think you have a fish on the hook, and it's that damn shiner out there pulling the fucking bobber, right? Yeah.
Tried it, yeah.
But it gets the attention of the other fish that they see this one struggling, and he's small, and they fucking hit that motherfucker, you know?
Right.
Yeah. And then I'd always release. I never brought them home and cooked them or any of that shit.
I've never taken home a fresh. Well, I guess when I was a kid with my father, we'd take them home and eat them.
I had rainbow trout.
When I go freshwater fishing, I catch and release. But saltwater fishing is a different story.
Right, you got weeks of meat right there.
You can have a bunch of, sometimes, fish cakes, whatever, anything.
Hey, for freshwater, I like... For freshwater, I like rainbow trout, and I like small and big mouth bass.
Rainbow trout don't procreate. Like, they can't breathe. They have to be, like, fished up here, at least, I think.
Oh, you mean up there? And I was in Colorado Springs.
Like, they get put in.
I was in Colorado Springs, and there was a stream that was rainbow trout all the time there, so that's why I said that shit, because we used to fish that spot.
Well, no, they put them in the wild, but I don't think they breed in the wild or something.
I don't know.
I mean, they're still wild fish. They do it up here. They put baby trout up here. I forget what it's called.
Carrie eats them all. Yum.
I did talk about burning up the nation. That's where we all go.
Burn up
there. Right next to Diction is a tattoo artist.
Massive shout out to Burn Up the Nation. Also, massive shout out to my group We Dab Live. Everybody up in that motherfucker smoking. Massive shout out to all the groups and pages that syndicate my show. So I'm on 16 groups and 6 pages. So right now that's where we're being brought.
Am I a member of my Dab Live?
We Dab Live?
You need to add me, I guess.
Just do a search. We Dab Live. It's 20,000 people, so
okay.
you can't miss it.
Oh, okay.
Bad here.
Added me to the island or whatever. School's closed in Toronto, Ohio.
I also have I also have a group called She Dabs Live. It was supposed to. It was supposed to. It was supposed to be for ladies to be able to go live, and no one really embraced it. There's like 1,200 people in there, and so like I said, no one really embraced it like the We Dab Live did. Oh, we do have a contest going. We do have a contest going on in We Dab Live right now. Okay, all you have to do is be a member of We Dab Live. All you have to do is invite people to, or not invite people, but add people to the group. And then after adding them, make a post saying welcome them, like welcome Fred, welcome Tom, Sarah, Connie, right? And for every comment, you're going to have a number assigned to you. So let's say you welcomed 3 people and you added 3 people, and then tomorrow you do 3 more. Well, you're going to get a number assigned. The next time another number assigned. So at the end of the contest on February 15th.
You'll accumulate all the points?
No. We're just going to randomize. We're just going to pick a number through random. And so whatever number happens to be the number that person has. We're going to give away 10 We Dab Live shirts. So you guys have a great chance of getting one. So be sure to participate, guys.
I'll add right on to that.
And the We Dab Live, for those who have ever seen the shirt, it looks like a Grand Theft Auto. It has like a rig in it, like it has a torch, has like wax containers, a cell phone.
I think I've mentioned before, I love to laugh. Like, it's like my favorite thing to do. That and stuff you grow is the best medicine. But I hadn't done dabs in a while, and last year I did it, and this person carried their rig in like a duffel bag, and it was wrapped in different towels, and I go, you know what you need? It's like one of those briefcases. And it sounded like I was from, I always forget. You know the guy that does the sound effects?
Right?
Someone's going to do this because I don't think I've been that stoned since then, but I was like...
Right.
But like I did it, and it wasn't that fast, but with the sound effects, it was wicked funny. It's something funny.
So yeah, you were talking about you need to have a whole kit, so when you open it up, she was saying it goes... Right?
Right, but like it was like one of those big briefcases that are, because they're all made of quartz and stuff and breakable.
Right.
And they got all the sets in it, and when you take it, you always don't want to break it, so you always have to put it back together, like it's like a sniper would put his like pistol together or something.
Hey, do you know what a Zumba is? It's like those self-cleaning for vinyl and linoleum and tile floor. It goes around and like vacuums and cleans it into the floor. It's like a little round thing.
Oh, those like robot vacuums.
Right. Well, you could set it. You could set it on a couple different features. One is to randomly go. Another is follow. So in other words, you can put it on to follow you, and as you walk, it will keep like a certain distance, but it'll go your path, right? So like if you're sweeping and you want it to mop behind you, you know what I mean, or whatever, like you can set it like that. Well, they took at High Times Cannabis Cup, fucking Vader Extracts took one of those fucking Zumbas and fucking put an R2D2 on top of the fucking thing, all right? And then modified R2D2 to be an electric nail for dabbing, and then fucking had a rig that would mount on the back of R2D2, and he would follow you around, and then they would pull off the thing, pull the electric nail on there, do it like that, put it back, and he'd follow you the fuck around after. That was the dopest thing I'd ever seen, an electric nail that followed you around. Like,
those things sound like quite a festival.
Oh, yeah, that was the dopest shit I had ever seen. Like, motherfucking R2D2, motherfucking following you around. I also seen some badass fucking, like you were talking about, kits and shit with rigs and electric nails all custom done with padding, dope fucking designs, all this shit, right? And they were asking like $3,000, $5,000 for these custom electric nails.
Wow.
Brett, peace, guys.
I don't even own a dab.
One love, Brett.
Hold on. I almost have to go soon.
All right. Did you say you have to almost go soon?
But not yet.
Oh, okay.
Will my code still stay up if I have to go out?
I don't understand the question.
You know how I pin the...
Oh, yeah.
Stay up.
Yeah. Yep. When you leave the
then
pin...
someone else can go on with you.
Yeah, when you leave the pin ain't going anywhere. Good morning, Donna. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, goats. I have 4 female Nigerian dwarf goats.
Oh, no kidding, huh? Do they like to climb?
2 of them I was milking.
Do they like to climb on shit?
Yeah, it's like King of the Mountain all the time.
Oh yeah, I seen
all the time.
I seen on YouTube this guy, family has goats, and they fucking set up like a fucking like a fucking
playground.
Like a playground, right? And it had like a ramp that went all the way up and then across and then down and shit. And these fucking sheeps were like, are fucking, not sheeps, are fucking, these motherfuckers, these goats would climb up the motherfuckers and get at top, and they're like 5 goats on this thin-ass fucking piece of wood, like, and these motherfuckers are up there. I'm like, damn, check them out. What up, fam?
Listen, you gotta make a playground for a goat because a bored goat gets in more trouble than you would ever believe.
All right.
And like when we first got them, we kept changing the playground around like every couple of days because they'd be like, "Oh, we're bored. Let's go eat some plants." They like this.
Hey, I seen that dude take a fucking piece of plywood and literally like put it like, here's the board and the plywood, not straight like this, but just a little angle, damn near straight, right? And then he had little pieces of board that he nailed on the edges of it. And those goats would walk and hang on the side of that fucking board and stand on those little notches and like they were in heaven. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these goats? Like, they love it. Like, I guess they fucking love it, man.
They'll always make you laugh. I guess that's the best thing about them. You know, like it's a great relationship. How much? I meant to ask you last time I was chiming in. How much are the hats?
It depends on which one and what features and stuff you get. I always push people to go to the website because once you start picking the color, all that stuff, it'll tell you, especially when you put the shipping and everything. And then be sure to use the coupon code FREE10, and that'll knock 10 out too. So that's the best way. But approximately, beanies are around $20, and hats are between $20 and $30. $29. Yeah, $29.39. So $30-$40. 30.
New Facebook message.
Okay, so around 20, 30, $40, depending on which one you get or whatever.
All right. You have a great day out there in Arizona. Don't get too warm.
Hey, I'm not. I'll take this beanie off if it gets retarded.
Bye, everybody.
One
have
love.
a great day. Peace out.
You're welcome anytime. Bye. Yeah, I'm like, you're welcome on my show anytime. Anytime. YouTube, we're having a blast. There's one dedicated watcher here on YouTube, which is cool as fuck. I wish you put your comments down below so I could say yo, yo, yo. But, you know, I'm happy with you still chilling. She was cool. Daryl, bye. Oh, or you might be saying bye to her. Keith's saying bye to her. Oh, my coffee is epic. I take it my wife took herself to work today. All right, Carrie, one love. Thank you for hanging out with us. How's the knee? It's slowly healing. It's a slow heal. But I put some ointment on there, and it's helping out a little bit. But my knee needs to get a little stronger and build some strength back up in it. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I could try again, see what happens. There you are.
What up, man?
Good morning, good morning. This is Jason, everybody. Bless you.
Thank you. Oh.
I hear you say here, hey, so what happened? Your shit broke? Are you halfway through it?
Do what?
I said, did your shit broke or is it halfway through it? Good morning, Arizona Elite.
What break?
Your blunt. Did it break, or are you halfway through it? I know you didn't roll up just one.
Oh, it was just one I rolled up before I fell asleep.
Oh, okay. You're finishing last night's work. I get it now. Okay.
Yeah.
The only reason I said that is Jason's known for fucking double blunt rolling. Like, his shit's like that long. Like, almost all the time.
Yeah, I haven't rolled a couple. I haven't rolled one of them in a
Couple days?
maybe longer than that.
Hey, sometimes, man, fucking, I like the act of smoking a blunt. And that's why I roll them so thin, because I want to be able to smoke. Like, there's something calming about it for me. No, you're good, right?
Yeah, I gotta go.
All right, love yous. All right.
Bye, Miss Andy.
Bye, love you. Heck,
Good morning, Keith.
I thought she already left.
I know who you was talking to at first. I thought maybe a ghost made an appearance.
Hey, I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden my speaker falls off my desk. Jason's like, I don't know. Shannon says she be seeing motherfuckers in the background and shit. I'm like, what? Daryl's like, we roll two at a time. Hey, if there is ghosts, they ain't fucking with me. They've been cool. They've been cool, been here for years. I told you I seen 2 pairs of sunglasses. I know. I wish I could put my filter on and both of us are wearing the filter or something. That shit would be dope.
Yeah, I tried it.
Oh, you did?
But I could never find the what. It had me doing a live video, but I could never figure out where to go to find a glass. Like I said, me and technology ain't shit.
Right, there's like a little magic wand down in the bottom, so you click on the magic wand, and then a bunch of filters should pop up. If it doesn't, you just back out and then go back to the wand, back out, go back to the wand. But anyways, it eventually will pop up, and then you just go through them and you look for the Dabber logo or the Moshicon or whatever with the Dabber on it. You click on that, and boom, the glasses come up. I have a Robert Dabber Clark and a Dabber Cloth one. The Dabber Cloth is the double sunglasses. That way, if somebody comes in or tries to, to photobomb your video, they get Dabber glasses thrown on them.
Yeah.
And breathing when he walked out of the room. She's like, I heard breathing when he walked out. It might have been some delayed shit. Who knows?
I hope there's no delay shit.
Hey, on YouTube, my Dabber is actually correct. It's not backwards. On Facebook, this shit's backwards, but on YouTube, this stuff is not backwards. Which is cool as fuck.
I don't know why, but that doesn't surprise me. Facebook will fuck something up like that.
Right. Hey, when we first started with the lives, this shit was normal. I remember when people were like, why is your shit backwards? I'm like, Facebook changed shit around. I don't know what else to tell you. Excuse me. How was y'all's weekend? How was your weekend?
Cool.
Yeah. Hey, I told you that person that ended up getting the sweater and stuff was in Illinois. Because you were one.
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be surprising because, like I said, they didn't look like they was from Indiana. But
Yeah.
I was was at the mall getting ready to go in.
And they hit you up?
Tell 'em.
And they hit you up?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I was at Dunkin' Donuts. Oh.
Off of my gray one, he gave it to me because I didn't have anymore.
Oh, nice. That's kind of why I kept them on there too, just in case someone says something, I'll rip it off and give it to them. Chris, good morning, bro. How's the little one? How's the wife?
Morning, Chris.
Daryl, great, got high. I had somebody.
Oh, naturally.
I was at Dunkin' Donuts. I had somebody looking at my Dabber Life hoodie, and they were like, "Oh, I got to get me one of those." But they didn't say it like they thought I was the guy. They just said it like, "Oh, I like what you're wearing. I got to get me one of those." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
that's basically how it was with me. I just took it off and gave it to him.
Nice. Good. Eating breakfast. She said hi. I said hi back. Give her hugs and kisses to the kids and your wife. And you just kiss yourself in the mirror for me. I'm ready for a fresh one, man. So instead of going to Dunkin' Donuts, I bought the same supplies to make exactly what I get from Dunkin' Donuts. In fact, I even went to Dunkin' Donuts and bought their coffee to make it at home myself. And so we factored in, I got a week and a half worth of food, and that would pay for itself after 3 days of going to Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Heck yeah. It's quiet. That's because it's cold and people are still waking up on Monday, Ashley.
Kentucky, Keith. Good old Kentucky.
Isn't that's not where Susan is it?
I think Tennessee, I think.
Huh.
Well, no, she said she was 2 hours from Tennessee. I forgot.
Shannon says, yep.
I smoked too much.
I slept in too. Okay, I'm in Oklahoma. Yeah, see, everyone's having a lazy day a little bit. Even you said you slept in. So I sent Ashley a pack of coconut wraps, and she says that she loved them, and what she hates about them is that she's ran out of them.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it.
And she's like, "Damn you, Robert," because there's enough there to get you hooked on them, but when they run out, you're like, "Fuck." Yeah, this has been a warm winter over here, man. Usually our windshields are frosting up. We have to throw a water on them and shit, but nothing this year.
Yeah, we just had snow flurries. Usually we'd have some feet of snow by now.
Shannon says no Kentucky. I have one. I'm hoarding it. She has one left. She's hoarding it. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. When I was in Colorado, they didn't sell them in Colorado, and I'd get them ordered out of state and get them mailed out to me. I'd buy like 4 packs at a time just so I didn't have to fuck with it again. You know what I mean? Get me 400 of them and set them up in the closet and shit. I was good. People are like, where? Right? People are like, where you get your shit? I'm like, I got my places. Huh?
Where I get mine at, he never even had these. He orders them for me and me only.
Same thing with my shit, my place. My place, dude, that guy is so good to me, I could be broke and walk in there and be like, let me get it, and he'll just give it to me, and I'll pay him later. Same thing, huh?
Hell yeah, I got a credit, I got a charge account and everything.
He writes my shit on the piece of paper, and we good. But he don't do that for a lot of people. But he does it for me. I don't fuck him. I take care of my peoples. But it's nice to be able to walk in there and get that and be like, no, let me get one pack. And he don't even put any tax on it. He don't even put any tax on it for the loan.
Nope.
They don't sell them here. It's snowing here, huh? Shannon's like, I love coconut. I had them with me at the Cannabis Cup. Hey, what are the dates of the Cannabis Cup in PA, and what are the days for the Cannabis Cup in Michigan? I'm curious. Is it June or something? The reason why is because then maybe my wife can start scheduling with her work to get those days off. Yeah, get this. She can start scheduling those days off. Not sure yet. It's in June, yeah. Find out. As soon as you know a date, let me know. Sometimes
I need to. I ain't never been to one.
Sometimes I gotta take this fucking beanie off, man. I be getting too hot in it at times. What about you?
Yeah.
Something I'll have to look. Okay. Hey, so
I've never been to Cannabis Cup.
Mark, he was working at the dispensary in Sholo, which he got my dabber cloth in, and now he's actually working for a big commercial grow, and he's working side by side with a master grower, and so he's advancing his opportunities, and so I want to give a massive shout out to Mark for doing that. Mark Mabus, massive shout out. Good to you. Good for you, man. Get to fucking play with the plants all day.
Man, love and respect, bro.
Like,
Keep the movement alive.
man, how dope is that you get to play with the fucking cannabis plants every day and you get paid for it?
That's my dream.
Right?
It's all a dream.
It's all a dream. Word Up Magazine. Oh, and did I tell you with benefits? Like medical and all that shit with bennies? That is awesome, man. I would love to get a job over there doing that. I think that shit would be sick. What the fuck did you just say? Rick says, I'm looking to get my card next month when I get paid. Shannon's in capital letters says somebody got a vibrator. Aw, so glad oh, that's my phone going boom, boom. Sorry about that, guys. Usually I have the usually when I have the vibrator on, it's between my legs. My bad. My bad. I had a little party last night and left the settings on.
Say the ghost got hold to it.
No, I had a party in my pocket last night. I remember the first time I was driving down the street and I had a pager and I had just bought the pager and it had it vibrate and that motherfucker vibrated in my lap. I thought a bug was in my lap, just about wrecked my car. Just about wrecked my motherfucking car. I mean, I came unglued when that shit vibrated in my lap. I was like, oh, like, what the fuck? I'm driving and shit.
Yeah. You gotta sit there for a minute.
It wasn't.
Think about every life decision.
Oh, you know, and it took a while before I realized that there was pleasure that you could get out of a pager. I think I was like maybe 3 vibration moments into it when I started to say. One eye started to drop on me and shit. I'm like, starting to get to me.
Need a cigarette after?
Oh yeah, right. I had to smoke a joint or a cigarette after and roll the window down. I was like, I was sunshine. What up, rain? That was back in the day. Hey, I gave Puddle of Mud a fucking new definition right after one of those drives.
Man.
Pagers didn't last too long, but motherfuckers that were doing it, I remember back in the day, motherfuckers damn near had pager belts. The pager damn near wrapped around their whole waist. They had so many pagers.
Yeah.
I've never driven anything with a motor. Hey, don't feel bad. I've never played anything that wasn't a VHS. Right after this, we're going live on MySpace, everybody. Be sure to join me there. He looks up. MySpace?
I had to think about it. I was like, damn, what show was MySpace? What? I forgot. I keep forgetting that shit even exists.
Yeah, we're live on MySpace right now. No, I'm just kidding. That is it.
Hold on, let me log in and get my Yahoo account.
Oh, really?
My AOL.
I was gonna say, you better say AOL. That's the one. I forgot to close. Hey, well then,
Hotmail. I forgot my Hotmail.
Yeah, Rick says, I forgot to close mine out. Well, then I'll add you as a friend, buddy. Be sure to request me. That fucking MySpace was so full of viruses at the end. It wasn't even funny.
Yeah.
Because they allowed you to interject HTML raw code and packets and JavaScript and all kinds of shit so you could make your page like all cool. Well, the bad part about that, as a developer, I could, if I wanted to, I could put all kinds of shit in there, you know. I don't have MySpace. Neither do I. We're all kidding. We're not doing MySpace either. This is MySpace right here. All right, like As in, not y'all space, but my space.
Do a dabberspace.com.
Yeah. A Dabber TV. I haven't used MySpace since 2007. I was kidding. I never used MySpace. No, I'm just kidding. What's One Love from? Okay, cool. What's One Love from? One Love means, you know, be cool to everybody. One love. That's not my vibrator. That's Jason's vibrator over there. Look at that. He's like, oh my goodness. Do tell. I mean, it's better than saying that, you know, like you're taking off one love, everybody. No, that's about being peaceful, having love because we're all one. We're all human. We all have kidneys. We all piss. We all shit. We all deal with the same fucking problems. We're all one. The only thing different about us is we're different in location, different in ethnicity, different chemically made. But for the most part, we're all one. The human one race. Human one. We all bleed red. Well, we actually all have blue blood in you until it hits the air and then it turns red.
See, I be trying to sell it to people. They be like, no, it's not. Why the fuck are your veins blue then, motherfucker?
Real talk. Got a sticker that says one thing. She says, right, smart ass. Hey, I appreciate that. Be sure to like and comment on MySpace and follow back, Shannon. He's doing the double blunt bus. No? You rolling a single.
I'm lazy today.
Hey, dope skull caps, guys. Thank you. I need to put that as a category for these.
I'm still ashy as fuck, though.
Hey, but check this out. Watch this. Put your hand like down at the bottom towards the camera. At the bottom of your shirt, and you see the ashy right there. But now, without moving, put it next to your face. Put it next to your face like this. And you see how it's not ashy there? It's just up close to the camera. It's like. Look at your hand, watch, but look at this hand and look at this hand in the front. Yeah, see how like if you put one this way and one closer to your face, you'll see the different color. Watch, it'll change color on you. No, put one forward and one back.
I got you.
Yeah, it's like farther back, and the color's not like that. Shannon has a skull cap except for hers is purple.
Yeah. It'd be so ashy you could rent dabber space and
just use a raise
instead of dabber glasses, just say dabber right here. Come on.
All right. That'd be cool if I could put dabber on the knuckle, dabber life. If you bring your knuckles up, it'll recognize knuckles and put dabber life on it. That'd be cool. Dabber life, huh? Heather, hello. Good morning. We're also broadcasting, simulcasting on YouTube as well on my live show on YouTube, guys. Robert Dabber Clark on YouTube and Dabber Cloth Apparel. So I just found out that this guy bought a $7,500 hoodie, Louis Vuitton. Pass the Dutchie to my left-hand side. Chris, you probably got better Dutchie than I got. Right? And a Dabber blunt paper. That's what I need to do. You guys just gave me my idea. I'm going to get me an X-Acto knife, a little razor, and I'm going to carve out Dabber 2018 out of a blunt paper. Then I'm going to roll up a blunt, and I'll roll the blunt up opposite of the Dabber, so the 2018, so that'll have a contrast, two different colors, and then I'll put it on the side of it, and then I'll have Dabber 2018. That'll be my cover picture for the 2018. If you guys notice, I have a 2017 blunt currently on my personal cover profile. Almost out. You got one left. You better roll some fucking Twig Life. You better roll some Twig Life over there. I know that feeling, bro. So. Again, we're also live on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe and follow my YouTube channel, guys. Write it and dab on
I don't know
blunt.
if it's still there. I can't remember the name of the group, but I posted a selfie and I had this on. Somebody made a comment about it. I put the dabblecloth.com, but I don't think it's there no more. I think it probably took down. I'm not sure.
That's funny.
But it was there.
Hey, I can't tell you how many people that tell me, "Oh, that's cool. I want one of those. How much are they?" And I tell them, they're like, "Oh, great. I'm gonna get one," and never order. And never order. I'm like, why you gotta bump your lips and say all that if you ain't, you know what I mean? You ain't never gonna order. But maybe life. Well, maybe they were intended on, and life kicked them in the ass, and now fuck, they couldn't if they wanted to. Maybe some shit like that happened, you know. So I can't really judge. But I do know people say shit all the time. So I don't, you know, I take everything with a grain of salt, you know, to some degree. True that, Ashley says. True that. So how many of you guys got some foamy squirrel time in this weekend on YouTube after the show is all done? How many of you guys watched some Foamy the Squirrel? Heather's like 100. Have you ever seen Foamy the Squirrel, Jason?
I don't know what it is.
Hell yeah, Rick. Like I said, life kicks, you know, my shit ain't number one in reference to priority. I understand that. Shit, I used to go to a cannabis, market where they would sell cannabis and shit and sell my clothing. And fucking people didn't come there with extra money to buy clothing. They came there to buy weed. You know? And I was competing with your medicine. You know what I mean? So I gotta know, like, around the first of the month, I could go to a thing, I couldn't sell one fucking item. Why? Because everybody's fucking paying rent and meds and eating and surviving. So I would get no love. But in the middle of the month, when people had a little extra money, they seen me at the beginning of the month and wish they could have got it and didn't have the money then, I'd pick up some sales in the middle of the month. You know what I mean? Like, it's that middle of the month's money that now they're paying utilities and they got a little extra.
Yeah, make sure the necessities paid first.
So I already know. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole, I say. Light it up. We've been live an hour and 20 minutes. I think this is awesome. I like that I can look up and see on my YouTube. This is actually pretty cool. I can chat on my YouTube. It's all in my little analytics screen right here. Someone's been on for an hour and 20 minutes. I appreciate you. We're going to finish up here on Facebook. I'm going ahead and kill YouTube. YouTube, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for getting medicated, elevated. We're going to be doing this more on YouTube. So if you want to watch some more of my antics and what happens on Facebook without being on Facebook, you guys come over here on YouTube. Robert Dabber Clark. One love, everyone on YouTube.